Hey friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guy Productions. Today we are back here at Thorpe Park, located near London, England. And as you can tell, there's a whole beautiful island right behind me. So yep, like I said, we're at Thorpe Park today. This will be our last new park for the 2026 season. And I'm excited to be here. This park does look pretty good. They have a decent coaster collection here. Like I said, it's kind of in the middle of the island, which is super cool. Like looking at Hyperia, for example, that thing looks just insane. Can't wait to ride that. And they've also got a bunch of other coasters, like you've got Nemesis, Inferno, Saw, Colossus, Stealth, Swarm. They also have a Walking Dead roller coaster, which should be pretty cool. And of course, the goat of all goats, the flying fish. Apparently, you gotta ride flying fish. So, yeah. Again, this park, it looks similar to like Knott's Berry Farm and SeaWorld in terms of like a coaster lineup. They don't have as much quantity, but I've heard the quality here is pretty good. So let's go ahead and get started. Look at this. They got Amity theming. So I wonder if this area is loosely themed to Jaws. That's pretty awesome. And they also got one of these there. Like, we gotta ride this later. We totally have to ride this later. They used to have something like this at Six Flags America before that park got defunct. Yeah, so it's nice to see that Thorpe Park has one of these. So yeah, we gotta navigate around again. I've never been to this park, and they got an S&S Scream and Swing right here, just like Serengeti Flyer at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Not as big as Serengeti Flyer. Yeah, there's that thing going right there. So yeah, this park, I mean, it's definitely a little bigger than I expected it to be. And then over here is Colossus. I think we might start with Colossus, which this is crazy. So the most times I've gone upside down on a roller coaster is 7, which is like any B&M looper. This goes upside down 10 times. This has 10 inversions. That is insane. It's an intimate looping coaster, and yeah, I've heard this ride is pretty crazy. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm not sure if my family's going to be able to handle this coaster. But I'm looking forward to going on it. Like I said, it's got loop, a cobra roll. I think it's got a double corkscrew, and it also has a quadruple twist. Yeah, look at that. It's 4 back-to-back twists. That is crazy. So yeah, I think this is one we gotta start with, guys. Just made it in line for Colossus, and here it goes right there. I think it might be on one train. I can't tell. The line's not too long, but it doesn't look like it's moving too fast. But I did see that cameras are not allowed on the rides at all, so I didn't bring the GoPro nor MetaRays. So just playing it safe here. There goes Colossus. I heard this coaster can run pretty rough, so hopefully I don't have too much of a headache after. But I heard Saw was worse, so I'm excited. Yeah, this is a 10 inversion looping coaster. I just gotta let that soak in. This thing goes upside down 10 times, which is crazy. So yeah, this would be a good one to start with. I'll talk to you guys once you get off the ride. Just got off of Colossus. I'm not sure if that was the best ride to start with. I thought it was a good ride. Like the finale, the quadruple twist was phenomenal, but that first half, that was a little brutal. A lot of head banging there. It almost felt like an SLC, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of the worst coasters I've done, but I definitely wasn't my favorite. But it's one of those coasters where the first half is bad, but the second half is the one that carried it. So overall, I like it, but that was a little rough. Look at this. That is the way to enter Hyperia. It's a 45-minute wait, which isn't too bad. But Yeah, that thing is just massive. So this is a mock hyper coaster. So the same makers that built Stardust built this ride. And yeah, it's got this crazy version. It looks like an Outer Bank, but it twists. Looks insane. And it's got a great first drop. I'm looking forward to get around this. Let's go ahead and enter the line. What I find interesting is how like a lot of the rides here have darker themes, yet this is like all positive and light. Yet this is arguably the scariest coaster here. Okay, you gotta watch this thing go. So it's going up that lift hill right now. Let's go down this massive drop. This looks crazy. And then, yeah, it goes to these massive inversions. And due to that whole like Outer Bank inversion that like I was telling you guys about, that's really insane. Yeah, no, that looks crazy. It looks like the hang time on this looks just out of control. We'll see if it delivers in just a moment, guys. All right, guys, made it to the station. It said 45, but that took like an hour. But the dispatches in the station are fantastic. I love the sequence that they're doing when you're leaving the station. That is super cool. Oh, I love the smoke. Why don't we have that here in Orlando? I mean, we used to with Expedition Everest, but oh, that is awesome, guys. All right, time to find my Fearless. We will talk to you guys once we get off Hyperia. Just got off of Hyperia right behind me. And yeah, that lives up to the hype. That ride is incredible. That first drop on Hyperia, that is one of the best first drops that I've ever experienced on any roller coaster. Like top 3 drop for sure. Like that's up there with like El Toro and like X2 is like some of the best drops, or even Iron Gwazi as like one of the best first drops anywhere. And the hang timing on that is so good. But my favorite part of the ride was that Outer Bank inversion. That was just absolute insanity. I was like, what is happening? It is a little short, but I do love that ride. It's in my top 25 for sure. I do think Stardust Racers is a bit better though when it comes to like mock coasters, but Hyperia, that lives up to the hype. Gotta check this out. Look at Nemesis Inferno right here. It's delayed right now, but hopefully it does open back up. One thing like I said, I do learn about Thorpe Park because a lot of rides here do break down a lot. That's one thing I'm worried about, stealth over here, which is this Intamin hydraulic launch, because those coasters are very prone to downtime. But we're gonna go get some lunch at this pizza place over here near Nemesis Inferno. But yeah, hopefully Nemesis Inferno does reopen. I'm sure it is. B&M coasters usually are more reliable than like an Intamin or something like that. But yeah, we're getting some lunch. I'm kind of hungry, so I think it's a good time to just go ahead and get some food. Just had a delicious lunch over at this pizza and pasta buffet. That was pretty good pizza. So next up is going to be Nemesis Inferno. Has a 30-minute standby. It doesn't look too bad, although the layout of this ride does look kind of like a Batman the Ride clone, which looks pretty cool. Yeah, there it goes right through there. And one thing I like about Nemesis Inferno, at least right now, is it has some pretty cool theming. Like the theming throughout the surrounding area is pretty cool. So I gotta give them credit for adding some pretty nice theming to Nemesis Inferno. Like you see the whole mountain right there. Looks pretty awesome. Yeah, we're getting to that point where we're in that line. Like I said, it was 40 when we were eating lunch, but now it's a 30-minute wait. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad of a wait, but I think you're going to this like volcano and that leads you into the station. Yeah, there's a turnaround for Nemesis Inferno. Yeah, I can tell this thing looks pretty intense. I love a good invert. Excited to give this one a shot. just had the chance to experience Nemesis Inferno, the B&M invert, and that one was pretty good, I'd say. That one was a really good invert, nice and intense. But one thing that I really liked was the beginning. Like, that was unexpected. It was, like, went through a whole coast section before you got to the lift hill. Really cool. And then the versions are very forceful. Like, that is a forceful invert. I'd argue and say that's one of the more intense inverts that I've experienced. I think in terms of like where I'd place it, I think it's probably like a weaker to mid-tier, because it's not going to beat like Montu or Banshee or Afterburn or Alpi or even Raptor in my opinion. But you know, that is a really strong invert. Like, that is fantastic. Now we're approaching Stealth, which will be our 4th roller coaster for today. Then we'll be at the halfway point. And what's crazy is this is an instrument hydraulic launch, but I'm telling you, it's a miniature Kingda Ka. That's the crazy part about Stealth. And what's also cool is that it's celebrating its 20th anniversary, so they have like 20-year decorations scattered around for Stealth. But yeah, this is an instrument hydraulic launch, which I know has been a dying launch system. Like, a lot of them are converting into like LSM launches, like they did with Top Thrill 2. And then no, they got rid of Kingda Ka, Six Flags Great Adventure, rest in peace. I'll never forgive Six Flags for removing that ride, but I mean, Accelerator and Storm Runner I've done, I love those rides. So this will be my 5th instrument hydraulic launch. So yeah, looking forward to getting on this one. But yeah, like I said, it's a whole top hat, got a hill, it's literally a mini Kingda Ka. Just got off of Stealth, the instrument hydraulic launch coaster, and it literally felt like I was riding Kingda Ka. Fantastic hydraulic launch, the top hat, killer, and then it's got that cool hill at the end. I thought Stealth was fantastic. I think I'm probably the weakest hydraulic launch coaster. I wish it had like the restraints that Accelerator had or Top Thrill Dragster. It has the same restraints that Kingda Ka had. So like, it was those plastic instrument shoulder harnesses that did hurt my shoulders a little bit. But I still loved Stealth. I thought Stealth was fantastic. That launch was truly something amazing. Wow, look at that theming right there. We're about to go ahead and ride the Swarm next, a B&M wing coaster. This would be my 3rd wing coaster. I've done Gatekeeper at Cedar Point and Wild Eagle at Dollywood, so we'll see how the Swarm compares. I do like a good wing coaster, and I heard this one has some pretty good near misses, so excited to see how this one rides. Yeah, guys, look at this. Theming all over the place. Not gonna lie, all this thing right here is totally giving me Transformers vibes. It's talking about like a whole swarm that's infesting the area, but I don't know why, it just gives you Transformers vibes. I know it's different, but you can see the trains right there. It looks like Octobot right there. Yeah, I see it going right there. That one station flyby does look pretty sick. Looking forward to the Swarm. Looks like this line does move, like doesn't move the fastest, but it does have like little sprints where it does move. I guess just with the wing coaster, it's a little harder for that kind of stuff, so we'll see. It did say 30 minutes. So we're in line for Swarm right now, and we're almost to the merge point, and it just broke down, but it is testing right now, which is thankfully good news. But that's one thing I have noticed with Thorpe Park, is a lot of rides here do break down, but when they do break down, it is for pretty quick periods. So you can see the coaster's really about to go right now down its like drop. There it goes right here. Doing 0G roll. Looks pretty good, yeah. It's probably just a cycle out, so hopefully it should be back up pretty soon. Now look at this, a front row ride. Let's go ahead and enjoy a ride on the Swarm. Just had a chance to experience the Swarm B&M wing coaster, and I liked it overall. I thought it was pretty good, especially the front row ride. Some of those visuals are fantastic, but I will say I think Gatekeeper's still the best wing coaster, and I'd even would take Wild Eagle over Swarm. But that does not mean Swarm was a bad ride at all. Swarm was fun. I really enjoyed it, but I think there's better wing coasters out there. But the theming with all that was fantastic. Flying through some of those little like bits theming there, I really enjoyed, especially from a front row ride. But I don't know, I think Gatekeeper is still the best wing coaster. So we're gonna go ahead and ride the kiddie coaster next, and apparently you have to ride this for the credit. Like, this is such an iconic attraction here at Thorpe Park for just the reasons of all reasons, I guess. Like, I keep telling, like, everyone who's been at Thorpe Park is telling me, go ride Flying Fish, go ride Flying Fish. But you know what? Let's go ride the Flying Fish. Well, just got the kiddie credit, Flying Fish. Do another ride made me think of, it totally made me think of Seuss Trolley Train Ride from Universal. It totally did, because I think it's the same kind of ride too. So does that make Seuss Trolley a credit at Universal? Technically not, because Roller Coaster Database doesn't consider it to be a credit, but overall, I mean, it's a kiddie coaster. What more can I say? All right, they got a little drop tower, only a 10-minute wait, so let's go ahead and do it. This one's a little smaller scale, but you know what? Still gotta do it at least. This one does look like it holds you up there pretty long and then you just drop. But yeah, I'll just watch this thing go. They're gonna say some like dialogue at the top and it's just gonna drop. Yep. Oh, at least they count you down. That's pretty interesting. And look at this. We got a Walking Dead roller coaster over here. And there's scare actors? No way, that's gonna be so cool. 35-minute wait, but you know what? The scare actors, that's gonna be so cool. So yeah, we gotta do this. This is our next coaster. This is like an indoor coaster. Now, I have not seen a POV of this ride at all, so I don't know what to expect. So this is gonna be a fun experience. I'm sure it's gonna be really scary, but yeah, they said they don't touch it, so it's gonna be like Halloween Horror Nights. But like, yeah, it looks like it's about to rain, so this is a perfect ride to do while it starts raining. Just got off of Walking Dead, the ride, and that was seriously one of the coolest things I think I have ever seen in my life. In terms of like an overall coaster, I mean, it's just kind of meh, just kind of a basic little indoor coaster, but it totally gave me Space Mountain vibes in a way. It's like if Space Mountain was haunted is the best way to describe it. So I really liked it overall. There weren't any scare actors, unfortunately, but you know what? It's as if Halloween Horror Nights was a roller coaster. So over here is the Ghost Train, and apparently I was told this is something you have to do. It's like a whole 20-minute experience. It's a long experience, but I heard that this is something that's super worth it. Everyone's telling me that I gotta do this. It's called the Ghost Train. It's a theatrical experience. I wonder if this is like a whole show or something like that. So yeah, maybe it's like Born Spectacular, who knows? Let's go ahead and find out for ourselves. Unfortunately, Ghost Train was a no-go. I guess it broke down, so we're gonna have to come back if we have time. So we're gonna go ahead and complete our coaster credit count for today. Our final ride is gonna be Saw the Ride. Gerstlauer Eurofighter, I heard this one's pretty rough, so I'm gonna have to brace myself for this one. So yeah, it's just like Mystery Mine at Dollywood. Here we made it to Saw the Ride. I heard this one's really rough, so I'm excited for the theming, and I heard it has a pretty good first half, but I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy the ride or not. I heard it's rougher than Mystery Mine, so we'll see how it is. But it does have a cool entrance, so I'll give it that. And it does look promising, so we'll see how it actually runs. Just got off of Saw the Ride, and everyone that says this thing is rough, I don't know what you're talking about. That was not rough at all. Like, it ran surprisingly pretty smooth, I'd say. Maybe just because I know how to ride Eurofighters versus Colossus, which was just like, I never been on something like that. like this was, I mean, it was still like, it wasn't super smooth or anything like that. It was a little bit of head banging here and there, but nowhere near as bad as everyone says it is. And it was kind of the same thing as when I rode Mystery Mine. Like Mystery Mine was definitely like not as rough as it was when I rode it in 2019. This, really not that rough at all. And it had a really cool dark ride section at the beginning, especially, spoiler alert, where you almost get killed, and then of course you go through a heartline roll where someone's literally vomiting on you, which I did not expect at all. And then you get to the coaster itself, it had some good twists, turns, ejector air time. It's a pretty fun inversion. So overall, I say saw the ride. It was really fun. But yeah, it's super funny that the two rides that Thorpe Park fans claim to be the roughest are next to each other, Colossus and Saw. But Colossus was far rougher and far worse than Saw the ride. And since we have finished all the coasters, let's go ahead and get a re-ride on Hyperia. We're doing single ride this time, which I think it'll still take pretty long, but you know what? We're at least gonna get one more ride on Hyperia. I mean, we have to. I'm not sure when the next time I'll be here at Thorpe Park, but this coaster truly is incredible. Just bought some coaster merch, got the Hyperia Recent, or just the car of Hyperia, and then also got a Hyperia shirt too, which matches well with my Kumba shirt that I wore today in honor of Kumba. Sucks I couldn't be there for its last rides, but you know what? I'm glad to be here. Glad to find a new favorite coaster of mine with Hyperia. We got off it. That was incredible. That ride just it tries to throw you out of the seat. It's insane. That literally that Outer Bank coast, like the Outer Bank like inversion, is just unbelievable. That truly was like, it's truly a phenomenal ride. Like, yeah, there's a reason why that I say that's easily the best one here. But yeah, making our way out of Thorpe Park, as Colossus says, good night as well. Overall, I really enjoyed Thorpe Park, I gotta say. Like, this park, honestly, like, it impressed me. I wouldn't say it's like an elite park or anything like that. Like, it doesn't compete with, like, let's say, like with some of the other regional parks, like Dollywood or Hershey Park or Cedar Point. It doesn't compete with those, for example. But this is a good regional park, I think, for the London area. This park serves well. Like, operations were pretty good for the most part, especially at Hyperia. They were booking those trains, and park felt pretty clean for the most part. There were some things that I feel like could use some improvement. I feel like the food especially wasn't the greatest, but I overall enjoyed Alton Tower. I mean, not Alton Towers, Thorpe Park. We're in the wrong park. One of these days I'll have to get over to Alton Towers, but this is a good finale here for this Europe trip as well. And this is a good way to finish off the 2026 new credit season as well. So my final coaster count for the 2026 season is at 278. I think that's a pretty good way to finish it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video here. Overall, favorite ride of the day, easily Hyperia. I absolutely just love that thing, but I also really enjoyed like Nemesis, Inferno, Swarm, Stealth, Saw. Even had fun on Walking Dead and Colossus. So I feel like Thorpe Park overall, like I said, they got a good coaster lineup. So without further ado, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future if you enjoy this one. And don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you guys know when I upload a new video. And as always, make sure to check out Theme Park Guide Productions as well on all social media platforms. Links will be in the description below. See you guys next time, and as always, you're clear for dispatch.